You are listening to Unstoppable Actors, the essential podcast for ambitious, unknown actors with me, Louise, the artistic director of Standby Method Acting Studio. And for the last 13 years, I've been taking unknown actors with blank CVs all the way to Netflix dramas, Amazon Prime films, TV soaps, and stage plays around the world. And every week I'll be talking with you and sharing how you can become a paid working unstoppable actor, because you 1000% can. An acting career is doable. Are you ready to dive into the episode? Hello and welcome back to the podcast. If you are a regular listener, thank you so much. I am truly grateful to have you here and listening to all the episodes that you've listened to so far. And if you're brand new to Unstoppable Actors, welcome. It is so good to have you here. I hope this episode will be useful and inspiring and insightful for you. And I hope this will be the first of many episodes that you will tune into. I can't wait to talk about today's topic, which is something that boggles a lot of actors, and a lot of actors overthink it. And I've just never thought to do an episode on it before. And then somebody brought it up inside our Unstoppable Actors group. You know, I asked a question there, like, what is it about auditions that you really struggle with? And this actress said, you know, like, how do you even start an audition and end an audition professionally? And I was like, oh my gosh, as if I've never covered this on the podcast before. So today, this is what I'm covering, because it's something that a lot of actors definitely get in a pickle with and overthink. And I can't wait to share my insights on this. Because, as you know, I've been coaching actors a very long time. I'm an actress myself, and so I've learned a thing or two about auditions that I would love to impart on you so you can turn your auditions around. Now, before I dive into it, I need to let you know about an amazing workshop I've got coming up. I really would love to see you there. So have you booked your place on it? If not, why not? It is called the Standout Audition Workshop. This is 2.5 hours of audition learning and boosting, and it is for actors like yourself who want more recalls, more roles, more confidence, more yeses. You want those auditions turning into jobs. You can be of any level of experience to join this. So you might be just starting out with your acting career. You've just found this podcast and this is the first time you're hearing about it. Yes, it is suitable for you. You may be returning to the industry after a break. It is suitable for you. You may be a regular auditioner, suitable for you as well. So it's completely free. It's worth £45, but I'm gifting it to you for free. It's practical, it's immersive. There's an opportunity to present a mock audition and receive feedback on how you're currently coming across, so you can convert more auditions to those roles that you want. The details are underneath the episode, so go and register your place. If you can't make it live, don't worry, I will send you a limited time replay to watch. So with that in mind, let's get straight into how we start and end an audition professionally. So as I've already mentioned, we tend to make a big deal of this in our heads because we just overthink it. It's a bit like when I was taking my professional training many years ago. The one thing that actors used to talk about all the time was, do I shake the panel's hand? Do I not shake the panel's hand? What do I say when I enter the room? What do I say when I'm leaving the room? And yeah, that was a big thing back then. I don't think that's a big thing as much anymore, because a lot of auditions are self-tapes now, aren't they? Or they're done over Zoom, so there's no handshaking involved. But this, how do I start and end the audition, seems to have replaced the handshaking worry. And here's the thing. We've got more to think about. We've got bigger fish to fry in an audition than how we start and end the audition. However, I do totally understand why actors worry about it. So here's the thing. The first and last moment should be a seamless transition from actor to character at the start of the audition, and then from character back to actor at the end of the audition. And when I'm talking about the start and the end of the audition, I'm talking about the piece that you're presenting. And I'm not talking about self-tapes here, because self-tapes are a little bit different and you can edit out the end of the scene and the beginning of the scene. So for this episode, I'm talking specifically about auditions that take place either on Zoom or in some sort of online capacity or in person. So here's what I usually see happening, because I audition actors as well to come and train with me. So I see lots of actors asking their scene partner if their scene partner is ready, if they have a scene partner, if they're sharing the scene with someone, or asking if they can start, or asking, can I stand here? Can I use this prop? Can I use a chair? Or looking at the panel and going, okay, as if to say I'm ready. We don't want you doing that. Own the space. Don't ask for permission. You don't need to ask for permission. You are an artist, okay? You need to get in the space, whether you are in person or online, and focus on the method acting exercise that is going to take you from you, the actor, into the character and into the character's situation. You are essentially doing a live transformation in front of the panel, and you do not need permission. You do not need to ask anybody's permission to do that. So if you want to use a chair, take ownership. If you want to stand in a particular way, take ownership, do it. Your main focus has to be not on getting permission to start, not on seeming overly polite. It has to be taking yourself from you into the character, because you are there to show what you are capable of, and you want to leave everything in the room that you possibly can with that character. Now, if you don't know what that method acting exercise is that takes you from you, the actor, into the character seamlessly, I'm going to be showing you what this exercise is in the free Standout Auditions workshop on Sunday the 27th of August. So just once again, a little reminder, I definitely encourage you to sign up for that and save your place. Now let's talk about the hardest moment to connect to. It's the start of the scene. Why? Because as I've already mentioned, you are going from you, the actor, with all your worries and all your preemptions about the scene and everything that you've got going on in your head, to immersing in this character and embodying this character and telling their story. That's the hardest moment to connect to, because it has to happen effortlessly and pretty quickly. I do remember holding auditions a while ago. In fact, this was a few years ago, actually, that this happened. And this actor said, I'm going to take a moment to focus. And I loved that they'd said that, because they were taking ownership. But then what ensued was this actor, and I actually timed it, and I was like, oh, wow, this actor took 10 whole minutes. So this was an in-person audition in our studio, and they went to the other side of the studio, stood next to a radiator for 10 minutes. I have no idea what they were doing, but I was like, at first I was like, oh, wow, yep, they're really focusing. This is great. It was giving a good impression. And this is why you don't want to ask permission, because when you give yourself permission and you take ownership, you look like a professional. And you do leave a good impression. But this guy then stood there for 10 minutes. And all I kept thinking about now is, we've got 2 scenes to get through and about 5 minutes left of this person's audition. So the very first moment is the hardest to connect to, because you've got to go from you into the character effortlessly, seamlessly, and pretty quickly. Learn from that other actor. Do not take 10 minutes. But by the same token, don't take 10 seconds either. You've got to find some sort of middle ground, like maybe, and I don't want you getting logical about this and counting it in your head. You know, it's a thing where you've got to feel into your creative intuition and into your imagination. But like 20 seconds, 30 seconds that's probably like the absolute maximum, I would say, but it gives you time to really focus. The final moment of the piece, what tends to happen is actors throw away that final moment. And what I mean is they rush it. They look up at the panel as if to say, oh, I finished. And as if they're looking for approval that they can start talking again. And because they do, they stay really, really quiet. You don't need anybody's approval to end the scene. Own the space. Be confident. Hold that final moment. If there's a scene partner with you and you're sharing a scene, allow yourself to immerse in that final moment with your scene partner. And if you're by yourself, allow yourself to immerse in that final moment in the scene by yourself, and then allow yourself to face the panel and say thank you. That is how you look like a professional who can hold your own. And it really is that simple. So let's just recap again. At the beginning of the scene, if you want to use a chair or a particular part of the space, don't ask, just do it. Give yourself a moment, like maybe 20 seconds, 30 seconds max, to use an exercise to get you from you into your imagination and then into the character, and then start when you're ready. You don't even need to ask a scene partner if they're ready. Intuitively feel into it together. And then at the end of the scene, Immerse in that final moment rather than cutting it short and throwing it away. Turn round back to the panel and say thank you. Super, super easy. You don't need to be giving loads of thought to the beginning and the end of the scene. Your energy, your creative energy, needs to go into the scene itself and making bold character choices that make you stand out at the audition and immersing yourself in that character so you genuinely live through them as opposed to fake acting them or stressing about lines or focusing on your nerves or your heart beating out of your chest. And again, these are all things we're going to go through in the Standout Audition workshop on Sunday the 27th of August. So come and join it. Link is underneath the episode. I hope you found this episode useful. Just be brave, be bold, be courageous, and own that space. You have got this. I've absolutely loved hanging out with you, and I really hope you found this episode inspiring. If you have, please do rate the podcast and hit follow so you never miss an episode, and I can help more actors like you. And come and join one of the most supportive, uplifting acting communities on socials, the Unstoppable Actors Facebook group, where you'll get your weekly injection of inspiration, networking, and receive your free Method Actors Handbook so you can become an unstoppable actor.